we could do a conservation easement over the entire parcel and allow them the continued use of the daycare as long as they want it. You know, they could sell it to somebody else for a daycare. They just couldn't change land use. So that, you know, that would be a dramatically lower cost than outright purchase of the parcels.
If there was a conservation easement, could there be an educational aspect to the conservation easement with signs and things so that you could discover what's growing there?
Of course.
So that would be a benefit to the school.
It would be, yes.
Okay, you want to keep that one in mind?
My question with that is, how far does 69 go down into 79? Because it looks like, depending upon how wide the creek is actually there, it could be that 69, it butts up with 79 also as it goes south.
77.
No, I'm talking
west
about
side?
69. 69 is the yellow. See how this, it goes, it's the green and orange striping. That green and orange striping goes all the way down to 79.
Oh, you know what? It doesn't show up on our printed map, and when you enlarge it, it does. 69 does, I'm not sure. I don't think that
It does, except for the break from the DOT pond.
Yeah,
it does go on the east side of the pond.
yes.
East side of the canal, yes.
I didn't see it, he saw it. It's not on my map.
Oh, my goodness.
You got good eyes where you enlarged it. I didn't see that, so it is part of it.
Yes.
We need to see that survey.
Yeah, we sure do.
We need to see that survey.
I mean, so how bad do we need 79 if we could purchase 69? That would kind of give us the property, or, you know, we'd be adjacent with Turnbull Creek on both sides.
We would be, but without purchasing 79.
Wait a minute. I don't think that 69 rolls over into the back of those people's property that they own. I think the lines that we're seeing there is the designation of the zoning on that section. I'm
Nope,
not
that's
sure.
the property appraisers.
That's the property appraiser's
That's the property
picture.
appraiser line, for what it's worth. But yeah, if they're extending, you know, property appraiser lines can be 20 feet off, but if it's showing that, it could be the canal.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the canal, because the other people own those parcels. 74, 75, on up. Those are all owned by those people.
But it is odd that parcel 70 and 71, that area is actually excluded to the canal. The rest of the parcels have that little
Well, the
area
Mitten
to the
House-
east continuing.
The Minton House is 72. No, 71.
I thought they're like 73 or 74.
I will say I know that 71 sold that little piece to 70 so that they could have access to the creek, which leads me to believe that's correct.
Huh. So it runs through the whole creek. Yeah, I see why the survey is kind of important. Well, we're going to move forward with purchasing that.
Okay.
As far as other parcels that we want to look at as a priority, help me with these other green designations. So further north, those green designations are not all that we have bought, that the city has bought, going north. Number 66, that's the Turnbull Trace properties.
Correct. But it was also paid for with the bond.
Right, so we already have those parcels.
Correct.
Going south, we have, the other parcels we have are the one directly across the creek that's wooded in. You can't, it's not marked off that we own it, but we do.
Which one?
Right across from 81 and 82. West of 81 and 82. And the parcel that's right behind the, right behind the old Walmart, across from Hodges Land. All of that's owned by the city now too, correct?
Everything that's
Go
the
back
light-
north. Go back north to
Okay.
44. right there where the shopping center is, the big white roof there. We just bought the parcel right behind the shopping center.
Yes, that's those.
Okay, and we also own the one across from, that 10 acres across from the Hodges property and across from 79, but that's not marked off on this map. We own that one.
It should be there. Yes, we do own that.
We own
We don't
that.
own the little square directly across from Hodges. That one is still privately owned.
All right,
We
without-
own the larger one, the number 80 we own.
80 we own. 80 we own?
We own 80,
Okay, and 91.
right. And 80 was both that little piece and the big piece.
Yes,
Those
that's
were
what I
both part
thought.
of 80.
Okay, so, but the big piece isn't marked off. I'm going to point at 80 there so I have it. Okay, and then further down the creek, we already have, and again, behind the shopping center, we own that one. And then we also have further down 93, 94, 95, 96. We haven't bought 97 yet. And I think we've approached, yes. Then further down, you got Mission Oaks. We're not going there. But the 101, that's the campground. Correct?
Correct.
All right, so then 97, I believe, is still also part of the campground?
It is, yes.
Okay, so we know these people on 97 and 101 are not interested in selling to the city.
98 is also owned by the same people. Again, I would like to approach them and look at at a purchase of a conservation easement. Again, same basic conditions, no changes in land use. It would allow, because it's a family-run activity, they're proud of the fact that it's fourth-generation family, so they can maintain that as long as they want. They can sell it as long as it stays a campground, but you couldn't get a developer come in and, put a bunch of, fill the whole property and put a bunch of houses in.
Yeah, we had, back when Brian was here, we had talked about at least getting an option, for
Yeah.
sale option on it. Also, we explored that lake. It's absolutely a beautiful lake. It's really, really nice.
The one on
piece of property.
79, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat place. That's where we launched to go up and look at all the waterway that had been cleaned. All right, so then also let's keep going down the map. So 102 we own, 103 and 104 we own, and 105 we own, correct?
We do not own 103 and 104. We do not own 105. We own the one south of 105.
That's Mark
Pardon?
King, or,
No, that's one that I was wondering if we want to get. 106 is also, it wasn't even on the priority list for some reason. I think economically it didn't have any value, so it dropped it off a priority list.
right, and I think it's still the same. None of the zoning has changed there. The only other piece, that 104? Yeah. 103 we don't own. 104 we do, don't we?
Nope.
That part at the end of Doster Drive?
No, Doster Drive is actually the 102 parcel. That's Doster Drive up there.
Okay. So this one would be, there's a part in here where the county owns something. I think it's 104 that the county owns.
County owns the blue parcel down there to the west of 105. That's a stormwater parcel they bought.
Oh, okay, the blue part. It's marked in blue on our maps. All right, the zoning on all of those going down is already under RC. Resource corridor A. Everything to the south is still resource corridor. As long as that zoning doesn't change, we're good there.
Okay.
Do you agree?
The King property, that's my family's property.
Oh, okay.
And then 106, what is 106?
I'm not sure who owns that piece of property. That might be also part of my family's property.
Okay, 106 has a residential 4, R4A, and part of it is on RCA. That's where that Mission, where the Mission Oaks is. Oh, no, it's not by Mission Oaks, it's further down. Yeah, that's a R4A zoning. Residential. Okay, so mark that one if you want it on your priority list. And I think that finishes us down to Mission Road, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, Mission Oaks is my other big question on this. Because now that's on the other side of Mission Road, and I don't think I want to go there, unless you guys see a need.
It is actually the headwaters of the entire creek.
No,
according
the
to-
headwaters up for the north.
No, headwaters is bottom, it flows south to
That's
north.
right.
So yeah, this would be it's 101 acres, 60 of it's wetlands. There's a approved development from Water Management District on the property to develop like 40 acres. They have not gotten their approvals from Edgewater. This is actually in the city of Edgewater. And I've talked with the city planner at the city of Edgewater, and they're interested in working with us to try to acquire this property. And he'd be looking at, either just acquisition or take the area that was slated for development and make them big stormwater retention ponds.
Is there more than one owner?
No, it's all one owner. It's all owned by Mission Oaks LLC out of Miami.
But I think that area is outside the ISBA, so we'd have difficulties annexing into the city, and I'm not spending any city taxpayer dollars on property that we can't annex, so.
We've annexed a number of other pieces that are, adjacent to city property, and it's a road right-of-way adjacency, so we could annex the wetland part
But
and
I
let
think the
them get the upland
ISBA comes
part.
down Mission Road and then cuts over Esslinger, so.
Would it require a new interlocal agreement?
It would.
Is there anything else that could be accomplished for negotiating a new interlocal, other things that we need to do?
Well, I have a ton of things, but it's outside the scope of this committee.
Well,
So,
we could pass it along.
Pass it along. Okay, so that covers the bottom half of the map. Anybody have anything else to add to this as your priorities?
Well, I'm glad to find out about the headwaters and the ownership right now. I'm interested in that property. However, it could be acquired, even if Edgewater took care of it.
Right.
All right, so we'll put that I'll mark it as a number 2. Okay, so as for number 1 markings,
Actually, a caveat on that. There is one little hole in the donut in the middle of the property that's a existing mobile home, and the very head of the waters, does it actually show it on this map or not? No, there's a little pond there that likely was dug out for the fill for the mobile home. And that's, according to NWI, the headwaters of Turnbull Creek.
Okay.
and it's in the hands of Edgewater. Okay, well, all right. Any further discussion on the southern part of the map? All right, can we move to the north part of the map? And we're going to go past the Turnbull Trace parcel. And now we're going to get to your side of the railroad. I know you want to hear that. Okay. For purposes of prioritizing where we go next, I'm going to, let me just make my notes here. So property 102 I have as a number 1 priority because it's multi-residential. And number 103, we want to continue to pursue that.
Okay.
And the 106, which is, I think, your family's property.
It's right next to it, the King property.
Okay, but not, it doesn't have anything
I
to do
don't
with
think they
106?
have 106, no.
Yeah, I don't think it was King. I don't remember the name for sure, but
106 I have as a priority 2 because it's not a threat for development. Again, that one's already under conservation, resource corridor by the county. And I believe it's still county.
I'm not positive. I'd have to look.
I believe it is. I had some other maps. Yeah, I believe that one's still going there. All right, so let's move north. I'm pretty sure we got a priority list in that one. moving north. Moving north, we have, let's go up to beyond the trace parcel. It's hard. And I'm going up by parcels number 54, 52, 51 on that stretch. There's a lot of the creek that we own up to Pioneer Trail. And then we have the sections between Pioneer Trail and Turnbull Bay. That's where the railroad is, right?
Correct.
Right here?
Turnbull Bay Road.
I know, this one doesn't show my roads.
It's up here
I need smaller maps.
Turnbull's up there, like one and parcels, 1 and 2,
No,
or
it-
That's the
2?
railroad, that's Turnbull Bay Road.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, the railroad's like just to the north of
Or south of
102.
there.
This sheet here.
Okay. This is not easy.
or number 2.
I can work better with this one. This is, most of this, I believe, is still developable. Most of it, I think it's still, yeah, residential. It's all residential going north. We have some conservation easement areas. There's a PUD in the middle of this part of, oh no, I think it's parcel number 12 there. I don't know what it is on this other big map. Maybe it is still parcel number 12. Yeah, it's right here. Same parcel, parcel number 12. This section, here's Turnbull Creek. This section is Hidden Lake subdivision. And when I asked for these maps from Lonnie's office, this PUD popped up.
I have not found that.
Well,
Okay.
this PUD is big as life, popped up. It was a it's parcel
13
number
on yours.
12.
13 on your map.
13 or 12?
12 on this one, 13 on this
Yep.
one. 13 on your map.
13 is actually in the Water Management District right now for a permit. And they are proposing conservation easement over all of 13 and a little bit of the parcel to the east of 13.
All right, but that's not Hidden Pines.
No.
Hidden Lakes, Hidden Lakes. The PUD is on Hidden Lakes.
Hidden Lakes is a golf course, right?
Right.
This is part
And
of,
it's the
this is
east-
part of Hidden Lakes. And they're looking at doing affordable senior housing.
Yes. Is that what the PUD is about?
I'm not sure of the PUD, I just know what they put in for
I have the
Water
PUD.
Management District permit.
Good Lord, I got PUD. Yeah, I have PUD.
Well, it'd be part of the whole, the PUD was the entire Hidden Lakes, all of it. So it was included in that because of, it's always been part of Hidden Lakes.
Yeah, but they never did anything with it.
Right, but they are now.
Okay, so they had requested the rezoning of it. Hidden Lakes did this, I want to say it was, I'm going to find the date on this. Was in 2020, it was continued in 2021, and I gather they continued it again. Yeah, I think they've continued it again. Yeah, and this was what you're talking about for the development of that land?
Yes,
But they're not going to develop it now?
they're not developing 13. They're developing 12 and the parcels, or 13, the parcels to the east of 13.
Okay.
So all the way over, they're tying into that existing subdivision. 1, 2, 3, 4, this one.
And that includes that piece of the creek, or is that piece of the creek going to be marked off of it?
That's going to be conservation easement per the plan they've submitted to the Water Management. It's our mitigation plan.
Okay, so it's safe now.
It's safe from development as long as the permit's approved, yes.
All right, anybody have any questions about this north half?
I was just gonna mention, I know that, I was told that number 10 was on Zillow as of now for sale. The one right above it. And I learned that yesterday and haven't done research on it yet.
Okay, parcel 10, which would be up here, and still is parcel 10.
Correct.
All right, so that's an A, 3A. And conservation, resource corridor under the county for the sections of the creek on that piece.
Just a little upland on the one edge.
Number 9, there,
On number 10, just on that right side, there's a little bit of upland.
There is.
The rest is all wetland.
I'm just saying on number 9, that's like the
There's the
only undeveloped parcel
hidden
on the west side of the river.
And Hidden Lakes has gone over into this side. All right, so then all of this area is conservation now. Okay, and then on number 4, property number 4 on your map, that's an A2. Zoning A2 of it.
Is that still ag?
I'm sorry, AA. It's a resource agriculture. It's 3 on this map, it's 4 on this one. So that's RAA. And RAA is single-family attached and detached residence.
Which is the existing land use of it.
That's, yeah, the northern section.
But it would be a good property for development future if the owners want to sell it. It appears to be plenty of uplands.
It is.
So that would be a partial that we want to put on the priority list as well.
Is there only one owner?
The
Is that-
owner.
I think, yes, that's all one owner.
I can tell you who the owner is. I thought I could tell you who the owner is. I have a listing. Yeah, these size maps are much easier to work with.
Okay.
Okay, so, and that parcel number, what was it again, 3?
4.
Parcel 4, Eugene Joseph Kopp, K-O-P-P. New Smyrna resident. And they have 2 parcels. And they have 3 and 4. 10 acres and 18 acres. See, this is confusing. My number isn't coordinating with yours. 021.
These were the numbers used
Yeah,
in the original.
my map designation for that property number is 18.31 acres.
Okay.
And that's number 3. Yours is number 4. So number 4 on your map is 18.31 acres. That's number 4. And there's only a spit of the creek that comes into that section. Number 4. Number 7. 161. That is 10 acres, number 7, where the creek comes right through the middle of it. Its designation as a resource corridor, completely resource corridor.
And it has an existing house on the east end.
It's what?
There is an existing house on the eastern end of that.
Yeah, that's a single resident. Guy's name is Richard Millington. And then the next one, your number 7.
And these were the numbers from the original
163.
2019 study.
Now,
Is
your
what's on
number
here.
7, your number 8, your parcel number 8 on that side is, that's almost 9 acres. It's 8.97 acres. That's the strip that takes the S on the turn. Yep. It's the bottom half of the S.
Mhm.
All right, that's 8.9 acres, big chunk. It's a single homeowner. Also also again designated resource corridor by the county. Now, when it goes to the city, if they were to annex in to the city, I'm gathering none of these are annexed to the city, or they are?
I don't recall, I looked at it this morning, but I don't recall offhand now.
All right, well, that's one of my questions is, I'd like to see a map that shows me the city in one color. Or with, you know, dots or some sort of designation that we know that those are city parcels. And I'd like the map to also add the zoning, current zoning with the city, if it's a city-owned property. Or if it's city annexed. So that we can prioritize where we go next. This I need. That's this. Okay, and then.
There's the city boundaries.
Oh, good. Look at how fast you did that. Awesome.
So we're up here at the north end. So 5 and 6 are in the city, 7 and 8 are not.
Okay, that's what I thought. So now, those are already county designation, resource corridor dash agriculture, correct? If they come into the city, doesn't the city adopt them in at the same
Yes, I believe
resource
so.
corridor?
Yes.
Okay, here's my question. So if somebody comes in there and says to the zoning department, building and zoning, hey, I want to change the zoning on these two parcels, 7 and 8. Is there a way we can stop zoning from making any changes to those zoning requests
At the county level?
at the city level? If I own 7 and 8 and I'm in the county and I want to come to the city and have it zoned into the city, but I want it zoned in under commercial development.
I don't know the answer to that. We'd have to talk to zoning.
So then we would need to notify zoning that these are sensitive land areas that zoning should not be changed on them. How can we stop that? Can I get you, I want to recognize one of our commissioners.
Just wanted to say that the legislative session this summer may take away our ability to handle the zoning. There's a lot of work being done to take away our ability to handle any of our land regulations, any of our development, so it,
Even given the fact that this city is flooded not once but twice, I think a court of law is going to stop somebody from saying, hey, we want to keep it like it is because.
I'm just saying we can't depend on it
Okay.
at this point, that's all.
I got you.
It is a question for a workshop, though, if we do a workshop.
To have a workshop with the city?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree.
If
Anybody
I-
else want to follow up with
If I
that?
may, when a property is annexed, it is usually given the most like zoning that it already has in the county. So it would, if it's already resource corridor or whatever, the automatic would for it to be something that the city has that's comparable to that. If they want to change that, then they would have to go through a rezoning process.
And now we're finding a possibility that that's not going to
That may
matter.
not be an option.
Right. Well, I would say any court of law knows that we've flooded that many times, we do something about it. Well, that's my opinion. Okay, so as priorities, then I would say those parcels, especially 7 and 8, for conservation easement. All right, so looking over the map, do you have any other input for locations that you want to prioritize for purchase? And I direct that to the board.
I have a question. Historically, over the last 20 years, I wonder how many properties that we're interested in along Turnbull Creek have flooded multiple times and will continue to flood multiple times. I just got my flood insurance and it just obviously keeps going up. At some point, properties become unviable. There are examples of other cities that are purchasing properties that they should not be rebuilt. what would it entail for us to determine how many properties that we're interested in have flooded multiple times and may no longer really be viable in the future? I know it sounds predatory, but if you can't rebuild on those properties, we might as well try to get them, make them part of this whole composite that we're talking about.
Any other thoughts?
If it will load, I will have the parcels identified that have been reported to us as flooding during the Ian. There were a handful on the
Okay.
east side, or on the west side, that flooded, and then, of course, everything on Pine Island.
Right.
But yeah, and from what I've seen, pretty much all of them that flooded during Ian have changed hands since then.
Oh, on the Pine Island thing?
No, on the big properties on the west side,
Most the west side of them,
correct.
okay? How about the east side?
East side, I haven't looked at who changed ownership, but every house on Pine Island has a dot on it. Both, the small circle part and the bigger, that whole area all have dots. But it's being as slow to load as everything else.
It makes sense. All right, so how about other discussion? You started to say something over there.
No, I was just, looking at this north side, it looks like everything is kind of already pre-zoned as like a conservation corridor. So I'm not sure how much we want to pursue in that, since we've kind of already got some control on it.
Right.
We
And I
have
think that
resource
was-
corridor, and the majority of those areas, like on those top ones, the stuff that's not uplands is probably sovereign lands.
Yeah.
So any permitting, they'd have to go through the state, they'd have to get Army Corps, and they'd have to get sovereign lands authorizations, which is difficult to do for general development.
It appears on Zillow that number 8 is for sale right now for $225,000.
Okay, so we should put that one on part of our priority list.
It's for sale.
Number 8,
Number 8 looks like it's for sale on Zillow.
I'll look at it.
8 and 10 both.
10
Okay.
is also? Two different owners? Let me look and see who owns them. So 10. 10 is 140. 140, hold on, I'll tell you who owns them.
8 and 10 on the new map.
Isn't
I
that
got
almost,
you, 140. So that's 13.49 acres owned by COPE, K-O-P-P, Troy, Eugene, and the other parcel, oh, that's 10. That's your parcel 10. And the other one, parcel 8, that's 10.61 acres owned by Stephen Stowicki? Stowicki?
Stoicky?
10 point, and you're selling 10 acres for 250 grand?
I
Because he
think
knows
it's
he
all
can't do anything
wetlands.
with it.
I think it's all wetlands.
Yeah, except for that one eastern edge, I think it's all wetlands.
I believe it is. You'd have to build something on a stilts. Yeah, 10 acres and 10 acres. 10 acres and 13 acres.
Yeah, the
10.
parcel 8, he could basically do, he's selling it to do the same thing they did on number 7, where it's just one little house out
Right on that
on the
edge.
very edge, yeah.
Yep. Yep, and there's nothing on the other one either.
Same thing.
Yep, just that little bitty edge. And it's a swamp.
Yeah, sure is.
You know, y'all tell me what you want to do. If there's a motion to move for those, then we can do that. My thinking is, let's get a priority map together and approach again and in the priorities. If we can do that on our next meeting, you'll get us the maps and we can mark them.
Well, if you can give me a list of numbers now, I'll go ahead and add them. I actually have a field in this for 2026 priority list, so we can get them on them. We can mark them as things you've already decided as priority. And I've got letters prepared, I just need to address them. I can get
Okay.
letters sent out before the next meeting.
Well, let's also articulate purchase priorities and conservation priorities.
Okay, I am listening to you.
Like eight might be a perfect one for conservation, because it looks like the eastern edge they can do something with, but the rest of it is having been there a long time ago, it's really small.
Priority
only
1 or
thing-
priority 2?
See, I think that would be number one priority for conservation, but a priority 2 for purchase.
I'm going to put it as a 2. Because we're going to look at purchase. Let's look at purchases.
Okay?
Conservation easement's easy to get because it's already resource corridor. And then same with 10. 10 is already listed for sale.
Did you say
Make
number 8
make
was
an
as well?
approach for it.
I'm sorry?
Number 8 was listed as well, right, on Zillow?
Yes, 8 and 10 both.
Y'all tell me, priority 1 or priority 2?
I would say 2, because that land's already, 90% of that land's already protected. It's gonna be wetlands and,
The only reason I would think to bump it up is they are willing sellers.
yeah.
Put it as a 2 for purchase.
Okay.
Because again, we want to designate. All right, and then, and that's the same for 6 and 5? Priority 1, priority 2?
Well, is 6 and 5 already owned by the city because
No.
of those dots?
No, that's within the city.
That's within the city.
It's already
Okay,
annexed.
got it.
I think 5 is Mr. Cobb also.
Mm-hmm. And again, same thing. You got a little teeny piece that you can build on. Priority 1 or priority 2? For purchase, remember.
I would say 2.
Okay?
Yeah, there's
purchase.
existing houses on it
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Right, okay, and 2. All right, and the same, let's keep going down the creek. On the opposite side, I have parcel number 4.
That is prime for development.
Yes.
I'd
What-
say that's a priority.
Priority 1?
What about
Yes.
2 and 3? Or you want to include those as priorities yet, or drop them?
Say that to me again.
2 and 3, do you want to keep those as priorities? You want to drop them off the
Oh,
priority
going
list?
north.
Yeah.
That's, you guys tell me.
I will say 2 is owned by, well, it's the whole parcel there. And, I mean, it's a house, I don't know that they would be wanting to sell it, but
Yeah, I'd be surprised.
it's,
It looks like 4 has a house on it also.
yeah.
I
it's
think
a
it
big-
does, yes.
It's a lot of land, though,
Yeah.
cow pasture.
Yeah, I believe that that has a agricultural attachment to it as well. Okay, so we have 4 as a priority 1. What about parcel 2 and 3? 1 or 2? Parcel for sale?
2.
A 2 on both of those, do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, let's move south and on
Focus
but
on
I-
conservation on the stuff on the east, basically those eastern triangles.
Yeah, I would reach out to them and see if they'd sell the
Tri-
2 triangle pieces.
Okay.
If they'd be, willing to divide the parcel. Because it looks like there's a road easement there between them, so.
2 has a dock on it. The road easement, you can see the road doesn't follow the easement.
Yeah,
But yeah, there's a dock on 2, there's nothing on 3.
neat little parcels, though.
So I'd be surprised if they'd want to sell their dock.
Well, if we put them in as a priority 2, they're less likely to be developed, right? Because they are residential ag.
Yeah, I would imagine the reasonably expected what could happen out there is a dock, and we already have a dock on 2. 3, there is a potential for a dock, there isn't one yet.
All right, so as a priority for purchase, am I putting a 1 or a 2?
I say it 2.
Okay? Anybody else got anything else to add? All right, so we put those as parcel number 2 and 3 as a priority 2 purchase. 4 is a priority 1 purchase because it has a little more upland. Let's look at 12 and 11. Oh, I skipped 9, sorry.
12?
Priority 1 or 2 for purchase?
Well, 9, you talking about?
Let's go to 12. Parcel 12.
12 is supposed to be for sale also.
Okay,
Now, the numbers I heard were reasonable too, I thought. A lot of it's wetlands, but I was told something like 700 or 800,000.
Okay.
It's a big parcel, but a lot of it's wetlands, but that is supposed to be up for sale. And it's a beautiful piece on,
It's a nice, yeah, it's a piece of property. It can make a good park.
Where's
I
the
put it down
access
here.
to it?
You don't worry about it.
Oh, I see, okay.
It's a conservation mobile, no, wait, it's not a mobile home.
no, it's a house, but there's just a lot of junk
On 12. So 12. 13.84 acres. I think.
Looks like a junkyard.
It is.
Ew, look at all this stuff. Sorry. Okay, so 12. That one is 20. Oh, sorry. Okay, so that one is 12.84 acres. It's owned by Ronald Wharton. Priority 1 or priority 2 for purchase?
I'd say 1.
Yeah.
Because it's going to connect to number 4.
And if it's already on the market,
Then it's a good connection.
yeah, I may be interested in selling.
Right. Okay, I'll cross the creek now and do 9. Priority 1 or 2.
Well, 9 touches on the other side too. Can you tell me if 9 is owned by 4? Same people? 9 has moved to camper. and-
That's number, yeah, that's 4.88 acres, and no, it's owned by Lisa and Kenneth Kane.
Okay.
Lisa and Ken Kane. It's only 4.88 acres, roughly almost 5 acres.
Mhm.
Priority 1 or 2?
I would think it'd be a 1, especially if we're looking at 10, so.
I agree.
Yeah, if you're including, if you're putting together the 3 parcels, I mean,
Yeah.
with 4, 1, and 9, yeah.
Or 10, 9, and 8.
Yep. Priority 1?
Yep.
Yep.
We got a 1 on that one. Okay, for purchase on 11, parcel 11 looks pretty connecting to, it's got a pond in between them. 1 house on it.
Well,
I see 1 house.
there's a house here and then there's a workshop up by the road.
And
Like
the
a business,
dock.
they run out of there.
Ah, gotcha. Oh, the zoning, let's check the
That's a pretty
zoning on
big
it.
house.
Hang on, I'll tell you what the zoning is. On 9.
It looks
Oh,
commercial.
no, I'm going to what one now? I'm on 11, which is 12 here. Yeah, that's the part where I show the PUD.
On 11, on the west side?
And that's got the PUD, planned unit development on it. Nope, I take that back. That one is 8 on this map. 8 on this map is under 9, hang on. That one's 11, the one I was just telling you about. The PUD is actually on your map number 13.
Right.
Okay, so this one's got the PUD. So then 11 on your map is 8 here. And that one falls under, that still falls under that resource corridor ag. So 11 on this one is 022. 022. This is really tough. You guys are working me. That one is 10.61 acres owned by Stephen, yes, Stewicki. Kind of fun to say. All right? Is that a 1 or a 2 for a property on 11? Because 11 encompasses the pond, the 2 workshop areas, and then the swamp in the bottom part of the turn of the creek.
That's not for sale, is it?
No.
No, but we need to put it as a priority 1 or 2. Is it a for sale priority, or is it a
There's a,
number 2 priority?
there's a big house that's really close to the creek.
That's it.
Yeah.
It just
It's a big,
sold,
nice home.
it sold 1125 of 25, so someone just bought it.
Yeah, I think that's conservation, probably the best we could do there.
Mm. The one we're talking about now doesn't have really any, it's manicured up to the edge of the water
Yeah, but it's-
and high
Yeah,
and,
it's,
yeah.
Okay, that's the north part of the creek. Let's head south. Let's go to, there's one that says Powell. Now I'm taking the turn on that's a different section of the creek. It's just a spur portion of the creek. I'm not sure what you want to do with any of that. I'm thinking staying along the side of the creek so that we continue straight on through with 14, 15, 16, those. Exclude, because you start getting these little spurs. These were added as development started west and north in New Smyrna. So let's knock out 14 and 15 and 16 and 17.
None of those are interested in selling. 14, 15, 16. They're all, I mean, 15 and 16 are owned by the same people.
All under resource agriculture.
Yeah.
yeah, and they're high, it's high enough not to be swamp, it looks
No,
like.
it's pasture and
Non-threatening, so priority 2.
2.
Okay.
Same thing, 14 is.
Okay, so both of those at 2. And then 16 also the same?
16 also, correct.
What kind of
Right.
ag are they doing, do you know?
They've got cows and horses.
Yeah, see, it's all zoned agriculture, resource corridor agriculture,
It's protected already.
mostly. 18 is another questionable parcel.
Can you move the map to 18?
Mhm.
Again, same thing, it's pasture land. All the way down to 25. Yes, that designation is all resource agriculture, resource corridor agriculture. And that's all the way down to 24. All of that's resource corridor and agriculture. Same thing, priority 2.
Yes.
I'm gonna draw that all the way down to 26. And I think you're gonna see the same thing at 28. MH4 is mobile home, rural mobile home.
Which parcel?
Now I'm down at 30. Mobile home 8. Mobile home 8A. That would be at 28, 30, 32, all the rest of them down all the way to 33. Well, 30, it would be 34 on your map. And those are all mobile home 4A.
Mhm.
What zoning, what do you want to do with those? There's not much really on there. The creek kind of does a little flippy thing. This was where all the land uses in there, all of those little sneaky little snaky creek areas, those were used for farming rice. So it's real wet.
Yeah, it's really wet, especially right in this area right in here.
Yeah, that's where all this mobile home backwash goes. Can we use it for anything? I guess if you connect all of them eventually. Leave it all as priority 2?
I would.
All those ag
Anybody?
lands are, most ag land is prime developable property. So.
Why would you put a mobile home on? Mobile
It's
home
been there
for-
forever, probably. And yeah, they're doing a minimum amount and hanging on to the property, living there cheap until somebody comes in and offers them $12 million to develop it. And that's partly what we're supposed to be doing, is keeping the stuff from development. So we really need to be looking at the potential economic development of the properties too.
Well, you got a road runs right beside it in
Yeah.
parts.
Mobile homes, I would think, would be feasible. You know, you've got a 3,000 square foot house on a ranch, probably not. The price is going to be prohibitive. But yeah, these that are largely underutilized are prime for development.
And then residential estate takes the rest of it. That's 44, 46, 47, all the way down to 51. Okay?
Yeah, as far as I know, most of those parcels are all houses.
Yeah,
Now, across the street, there's some mobile homes still,
right.
but
Same priorities?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Bringing it all the way down to 51, and that leaves me 54 and 58. Yeah, that's on yours, 54 and 58. Those are, again, residential, resource corridor, no, residential estate. That's where the spit comes out. That's right at number 51 and 54. Is 54 and 58 are mobile home 4A. Same priority, too?
51 is a new house since the 2019 study. That's why it was prioritized then, because it was an undeveloped parcel.
What am I writing down? Is this a
Two.
priority? 2
Two.
and 2. All right, that completes the map. So with priority 2 ones, we still want to send them a request if they're interested in selling the parcels.
What about 68 down just
Oh, I'm
north
sorry,
of
send
Jungle
one
Road?
Further down, 68.
That's the little out parcel basically to Turnbull Trace.
On your map, show me 58.
68 or 58? 68.
68, I'm
68.
sorry, yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're over here. Sorry. Okay, so 68, that little oil parcel, you know what? I don't need it. I mean, it's up to y'all if you want to include it in. It's part of what we already have designated out, I believe. We already have the Turnbull Trace parcels there. I don't know why that got left out. 68,
It
should
was
we
a
make
different
that a
owner.
priority 1?
It was a different owner. It was not owned by Turnbull Trace.
Oh, that's right, it's an individual owner,
Right.
that's that one. Priority 1,
Sure.
finish off the Turnbull Trace clump,
Yep.
okay.
And we can reach out to them and see.
Priority 1, that one. Okay, folks, I think we've got it. Leaves off everything else. The others are residentially owned. I don't think we'll ever own any of those. 81, 82, 83, 4, any of those along the south section of the creek that connect us up. I don't see that ever becoming anything. We still have connections all the way up the creek.
A couple I'd like to point out would be the ones to the east of 109, so behind the public shopping center. You've got 98, which is owned by the by the sugar mill people. But if we could get that, and then we have the two beside that, Kick Lighter, they've actually also approached planning with an interest in selling them.
That's pretty good distance off the creek.
It is a big distance off the creek, but it's also connecting, that's county-owned Blue Land. It has a stormwater pond, the rest of it's going to be natural, and the parcel below that is state-owned TIFT.
Up to y'all, what do I put on here, 1 or 2?
So those connect, the value of those is wildlife connection to other currently publicly owned properties.
Well, I like the wildlife connection part, but are there any impediments if we got that? There's still some impediments, aren't there, for a wildlife connection?
Not really. Well, you've got 98, which is the the trailer, the RV people, Sugar Mill Ruins.
We have to get that northern strip of 98.
Well, we don't really need to get all of 98. If we got all, so basically, if we got 98 under anything, then those two kick-laters would be like missing pieces in the pie. But he actually came in to try to get a planning approval to do a small shed business kind of thing on the easternmost parcel, but he would be willing to sell it.
Up to you.
What's the status of 98?
98, we have not, well, that's the Sugar Mill Ruins, and they were not interested in selling in the past. From what I understand, they have a golf cart trail that goes up that narrow little strip,
I
and that's
see.
their shortcut to Publix.
I see, okay. So there still could be a wildlife passage through there.
Yes.
That is- Okay, so for your reference, that area is R4A and R4. That whole area is R4, R4, and R4A. R4A is 98. All right? Yeah, yes. 98 is R4A, 109 is R4A, and R4 zoning for the 96. Yeah, 96, 95, those are all R4As.
Well, 95, 96 we own, so those should be changed to
Yeah, we need to get those.
conservation.
I'm thinking that would be priority, but if we can get that conservation easement on at least 95, 96.
I agree.
95, 96 we own.
Yeah, we already own those. So we're gonna change the zoning on those. 109 is the one, I'm gonna write it as a priority or not. That's an R4A.
That's pretty developable, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's try to get that.
Okay, priority 1 for that one.
109 we own.
What one are you talking about? The kick light part?
No, Kicklater's further east and
I got the kick
109.
light one. You want that? You wanna know what the zoning is on kick light? Again, R4A.
Do we
Okay.
own 109?
We own 109. That was like the festival properties.
And the chances of getting 98 are not very good, are they?
98,
No.
unlikely to get an acquisition,
No.
but easement maybe.
Okay.
98, 97, 101 is all part of the Sugar Mill Campground, and they won't leave. They'll be there forever, and
Well, until they flood again.
I don't think they'll ever go anywhere. I really don't.
They'll want that as an easement.
The one big reason I'm looking at those though is we could get everything else around it and we have this massive hole in the donut that the creek goes right through. It's, if we can get it under some sort of protection, because sooner or later, somebody's gonna come offer them enough money, they're gonna leave.
Sure, but I doubt it's gonna be anytime soon. And it's a big parcel, and the family is very set in. I would think it's just gonna take a while, because see, they own this little square that comes off of Mission Road too, and all up in there, they have trails and rides. So I'm thinking it's not gonna be a priority. I'm thinking along the creek, however, keeping that flow open and keeping that to a,
I don't disagree at all. I just think that, I don't know how long the business is gonna be viable.
Right.
It's flooded and it's kept them from business for most of the property before. Next time, they could be out of business for 6 months and that might do them in. I hate to talk like that, but if we can protect that property, that's key. So if we could get some kind of an option on it, protect the business as long as they can, but give us the first right of refusal, I think that would be wonderful.
What do you think of conservation easement?
well, that's what I was thinking. We were gonna just ask them for the conservation easement, because they gave us the rights to bring in the tractors or whatever
Yeah.
needed for the clean out of the creek. The guys who came in and did the clean out for the creek got stuck twice and left equipment there and, you know, tore the place apart, fixed it, but still, that was very nice of them.
Yeah,
So I'd say leave
absolutely.
it open.
Anything we could do to help them, and maybe doing the conservation easement could be, there could be something that would help them.
Right.
The advantage of conservation easement is they're basically getting an infusion of cash that they can invest back into their company without borrowing money.
Great.
And
I like
we get
that.
the advantage
I like
of nobody buying it from them and developing it.
I like that. All right, so review, we're gonna get the, I marked this, so it's got priority 1 and priority 2. I'm gonna give you this one back.
If we could go through and make a list of them, would be the easiest, and then I
Right
can,
here.
that way I don't miss something.
Well, I wrote a number 1 or a number 2 on the priorities on this map.
Okay,
So I'll give you this one to work with.
all right,
And mine has other notes on it, but I'll give you this one. And then from the priority 1s, we want to send out the request to purchase.
okay.
And then also for the number 2s as well, I think. But send out the request to purchase on those. And then bring it to the city for what we want to do the appraisals on.
Okay.
All right, do I have a motion for, let's see, how do I need to word it? Do I need a motion for this? I'll just give it to you.
No, it's a consensus.
Okay, I'm just gonna give this to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a paper clip on it.
Thanks,
because
Robert.
it's gonna be easier for you to hold on to. I think. Okay. Now I lost my agenda. There it is. All right. I think we covered anything. Any committee comments that need to be made?
Real quick. So I've been talking with the state and county and different agencies in regards to a fire management program for some of these lands. We have a meeting on the 20th with John Craig from the state. David Ray is going to participate and Tony Miller is going to participate. If we can come up with priority parcels that we want to look at for that before the 20th, I'd like to have that so that we can.
Of February, 20th of February.
January.
Ooh,
Oh, let's do that right now.
okay. That actually happened. David Ray came in, they did do they opened up the path at Burma,
Right.
and that was pretty wide. If you haven't had a chance to go look at it, you can drive up there, park there, and go look. I mean, it goes way in there, it's wide, and it's to give us a fire break. The other area I was looking at is the Turnbull Trace properties on both sides, because you have homes on each side of that are priority. And then another section, well, mostly it's just those. The Turnbull Trace section, that's north of Jungle Road and east of the creek and west of the creek, both sides of it. There's 5 feet cleared on both sides of the creek right now, but that's not wide enough. What he wanted was a break through the middle of both. And then the other part to get the break in was further down the creek, east side. And I think it's this parcel. It's the south end of, it's this piece off of 44. We have Burma in the middle, and I don't know, I think that's the only part.
Okay. So really priority-wise, you're saying these.
The Turnbull Trace, anything north of Jungle Road that we already own, and that's north of Jungle Road to Pioneer Trail, on the creek or beside, either direction.
Okay.
Anybody else want it?
Well, Farmington was going to come last time.
They're going to be here in February.
Okay, because they have
Good.
expertise in this area too.
Who did you say? I didn't understand.
Oh, the Farmington people were.
Farmington,
They were
okay,
going to come
yeah.
last time, and they couldn't come.
Yep.
But they have great expertise.
Robbie
in-
Lee.
it- So they've been doing controlled burns there. I wonder, some of the small parcels like behind Publix, in a drought, they can suffer just some damage, but if they're so small and they're right next to commercial, I don't know how you can mitigate that.
Not necessarily burn, but you can do fire management where you clear out the underbrush and do stuff just to reduce the fire risk.
Okay.
And that's some of those other parcels south, I think that might be advantageous in those.
Okay.
Just to get some kind of a grip on this prior to a drought season and something happening.
So we're setting a precedent for how this can be managed in perpetuity, so the more we can learn about this, the better. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would add that fire breaks along the river, along the creek, are of limited value because the creek's already a fire break. So really, any work along the creek would be access for maintaining the creek. As far as fire in Turnbull Trace, there isn't a lot of land, a little bit in the northeast corner that's fire dependent. The rest of it is very, very dense green vegetation. It doesn't burn well, even in drought conditions. So, the normal fire regime on that habitat's going to be every 50 years. But yes, to go in, clear understory, mechanically, trim palmettos and stuff like that, because they are overgrown understories. And at some point, we need to look at going in and harvesting some of the large trees out and replanting, just create natural falls before they happen without our control.
So what do we do at the same time? Get rid of Brazilian pepper and invasive?
Yes, and I actually talked with USDA just before this meeting. I called them. There's an EQIP program through the USDA where they will help us manage our timberlands. They call them, it would be non-commercial timberlands,
Right.
what we have
Wonderful.
for invasive species, both Melaleuca, or both Australian pine, Brazilian pepper. If we have climbing fern, which we probably do somewhere out there, pretty sure there was climbing fern in Turnbull. And I walked, it's out of our area, but down on the Indian River Lagoon Park. We have big stands of Australian pine down there, and everything out there is getting filled with Brazilian pepper.
Brazilian
So-
pepper is our biggest concern, and that would be a priority for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're good with the fire thing that
Yes.
you needed for the 20th? You know how to relay that to them?
Yes.
And then Robbie Lee is our connection with Farmington for that.
I also forward a email to David Ray. I found a state source that would provide us with herbicides for controlling exotic species. So that would dramatically reduce our price.
Do we have anybody that's trained in how to use those?
I would think David has maintenance people that are,
Okay.
that's usually part of the requirement of being a city maintenance person is that you have your herbicide license.
Great.
But yeah, we certainly, I've cleared enough Brazilian pepper, I can go out there and show them how to do it. So, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, so that gets you that. And then you mentioned we're going to do a meeting in February. Can you give us an idea of the date?
It's the normal meeting.
Our normal meeting in February?
Isn't February or March?
It's February.
February,
Do
yeah.
you have
it's a-
that date?
I don't have it with me. It's
An
the
idea?
second Monday. I think I want to say it's the 12th or 15th. It's one of those.
Oh, second Monday of February?
Yes.
That's the second Monday is the 9th.
Oh, I was off. Yep, the 9th.
Okay, just so I know, I got a catering event, I'm gonna just go around here. Okay, so roughly 3 o'clock on the 9th will be our next scheduled meeting. And we'll have those priorities on a list, and you'll send out those letters to the priority ones that are on that map.
Yes.
To, give them an offer that, we'd like to talk to them about. And then,
And I've got the contact information. We have a staff member with the city that actually lives at the RV park. So he knows all the people there, so he's going to make an introduction for me to meet with them and sit down and discuss the possibility of acquiring some sort of easement over the property.
perfect.
Take a look at that lake. It's really nice.
I actually drove up there and, yeah, they've got a little flagpole on the north side now and a picnic table. Yeah.
The fish are jumping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they do, it's a fun place. Any other committee comments on anything we've discussed today? I look at the end down there, you got something?
Not at the moment.
Anything else?
Uh,
Chip, you good?
Just thank you, Turner.
You're
Randy
welcome.
will bring you up to speed. You're already up to speed. You've heard me at commission meeting on all of this, right?
Yes.
Okay, well,
So, to let you know, also, I'm going to be attending the Soil Conservation District meeting this week as well, just to get to know them and see how they can help us. They're the ones that turned me on to EQIP.
terrific. And then you will send out to us those appraisals on,
As soon as I get back to my office. Well, actually, I was going to give them to you. I'm
Okay.
going to get back my paper copy and shoot them through the copier quick.
that's great. If you could do that, and then we'll have them.
Okay.
Anything else from this meeting? It is 4:50, and I call the meeting adjourned.